Hello there guys, welcome back to Blues TV for another live review of mine as Chelsea picked up another win, to make it 7 wins in a row. Again, on the road, this time we beat Burnley 4-2 away from home in what was an absolutely crazy game in my opinion. Like, what a game. We're 2-0 up at half time and I'm like, how on earth are we 2-0 up? Then we're 4-0 up, not too soon after the break. We're absolutely cruising. Hudson-Odoi dives first, we get a penalty, turns out it was a dive, VAR overrules it. And then we just have everything under control. Out of nowhere, Jay Rodriguez scores an absolute screamer. And then they get another one back. And we're actually kind of like a bit nervy for the last couple of minutes. But, all that matters is that we got the win. We scored another 4 goals. And that Mr. Captain America has well and truly arrived today. If there was any questions about, the decision of him starting today, by Frank Lampard, I think he proved all of those doubts wrong because he scored a bloody hat-trick. Man just turned up and scored a bloody hat-trick, including a header when he's, 5'8", if that? Like, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Of course, if you are new to Blues TV, please be sure to subscribe if you haven't already. And also let me know in the chat whether everything's working fine, image and sound and everything is working fine. And yes, Hudson-Odoi did dive, and it was nothing but a dive. Yes, he saw that contact coming, and he didn't come, so he fell over. But he knew full well that there was no contact, and he still asked for the pen, and after was moaning for being booked. It was a dive. Accept it, mate. It is what it is. But we move on, because it's a great win. It was a great game overall, and I'm very, very pleased. So let's not, hang ourselves up on that, negative point, I guess. But yeah, like I said already, if you are new to Blues TV, please be sure to subscribe. Drop a like if you're watching this, because I just massively appreciate it. Just go down below and click that like button. That'd be good. And let's get into it, because it was a lineup that I didn't see coming like that. There was basically no rotation at all, bar Christian Pulisic coming in for Callum Hudson-Odoi, compared to the team that started against Ajax in midweek. So it was Kepa in goal in a, again, mix of a 4-3-3 and a 4-2-3-1, although a bit more of a 4-2-3-1 today than in other games. So Kepa in goal, Tomori and Zuma, of course, still has the 2 centre-backs. Aspie on the right, Alonso on the left. Reece James was on the bench, Emerson wasn't, which was a bit strange, especially with the substitution that happened later on in the game, but I guess it is what it is. Midfield 3 of Jorginho and Kovacic as the, I guess, if you call it a 4-2-3-1 as the, double pivot, I guess. Mason Mount as the number 10, Pulisic starts on the left, Willian on the right, and of course, Tammy Abraham still stayed up front. And yeah, I would have hoped for a little bit more rotation, but I hope we see some of that on Wednesday then, because in the end it worked out well. But Burnley surprised the holy shit out of me. Like, I don't know whether they surprised Lampard, I don't know whether they surprised everyone, but that was ridiculous. Like, I've never seen Burnley press like this. I've never seen Burnley press at all, to be honest, but not like this. Like, they pushed their fullback so far up the pitch. We barely did anything in the early parts of the game. Like, we didn't even get out of our own half. It's not like they created anything, fair enough. But still, it was mental. I did not see that coming at all. And then really from the first real situation that happened in the game, Christian Pulisic makes it 1-0 with a great goal. A really good goal. Yes, okay, the Burnley player slipped, but he was on him. He was just pressing him. The guy slipped. He took the ball, went on a run of like 35 yards maybe, did a cheeky step over, and then, inside the box already to just give himself that yard of space that he needed, and then pulled off a great finish with his left foot into the bottom far right corner, which was a great goal, and that made it 1-0, which was, of course, huge at the time. And then again, it just slowed down. It really, really slowed down. We kind of struggled. If anything, it looked like Burnley were going to equalise. Ashley Barnes missed an absolute sitter. Kepa made a really, really good save when Peters took a shot from distance and it was deflected. There was a couple of moments where Burnley really, really could have equalised. And then right on the break, Christian Pulisic makes it 2-0. Like, literally, literally out of nowhere. Like, it was Burnley again with a mistake in their build-up play. Willian simply intercepting a pass. The interception just fell to Pulisic, who again went on a run with the ball at his feet, basically straight at goal, but with defenders in front of him. Turned right. Went right until he took the shot. Took a shot on target, but it was deflected by, I think it was Peters. Could be wrong on that one. But it was, took quite a heavy deflection, then went in between the keeper and the near post. That was 2-0. That was then half-time. And like I said earlier already, to be honest, I didn't know how we were 2-0 up, but we were. So I was very, very pleased. There was things that I wanted to improve, just be a bit more calm on the ball, a bit more movement to make keeping possession a bit easier. And we didn't exactly do that at the start of the second half either. It kind of just started off the same way that it ended the first half, except our goal, because Burnley were on the front foot again, trying to get that goal back, and then instead, Christian Pulisic scores one in the 56th minute from a corner. We're like, what? that was strange. I mean, not really a corner. So Mason Mount took the corner. It was cleared away. The ball, basically just comes back to Mason Mount from the clearance by the Burnley player. He crosses it in again, and then the Burnley defender at the near post just doesn't do anything, and Christian Pulisic just heads it home into the far corner, which is a really good header as well. Absolutely nuts. And, I was very pleased. I'm pretty sure everyone was very pleased, but I don't think anyone was anywhere near as pleased as he himself was, because, especially for his first goal, but all three, he looked absolutely gassed. Absolutely gassed. And then it only took 2 minutes for Willian to make it 4-0. When that was just a good move. Tammy Abraham with the assist in that one. And then, I don't know, Willian was just given way too much space. Like, they probably assumed that he was going to cross or cut it back, and then out of nowhere, inside the box already, just pulled the plug and just pulled the trigger rather, and just slotted it into the far bottom corner, into the far bottom left corner. So that was very pleasing. Then the whole Hudson-Odoi situation, of course, happened with the dive. I mentioned it. If you disagree, sorry, but you're just wrong. It was a dive, nothing else. Yes, there's been worse dives, but I hate diving. I don't care whether it's my player or an opponent's player. I will not agree with diving. It's as simple as that. So I'm happy that VAR realised, because I just don't like diving. But the substitution that I mentioned earlier, I just want to get to that quickly, because within pretty much an hour played, Reece James came on for Marcos Alonso, who I don't think picked up an injury. He might have done. If he has, fair enough. But if he has, if he hasn't, I mean, that's a bit strange. You don't have Emerson on the bench, but that, if he doesn't have an injury, that's a bit more of a planned substitution. And then you bring Reece James on and play Aspie at left back. Not necessarily saying that changed anything and is the reason why we conceded 2 goals after that, but it's still strange. I don't understand. I would like to hear an explanation. I don't get it. But yeah, then we made some more substitution, as first Giroud came on for Tammy Abraham rather than Batshuayi this time, as me hoping that Batshuayi starts against United in midweek then. And Hudson-Odoi came on for Willian in the 72nd. Then, like I said, the whole penalty dive thing happened. And then in the 86th, Jay Rodriguez with an absolute screamer just pulled the trigger from 25, 30 yards. And, Kepa is not the best at shots from distance, but that's not necessarily saying he's not great. He's just not very tall. He doesn't have the longest of arms. He's not very tall for a keeper at all. So he will be beaten from distance if you hit the ball into the top corner. It's just going to happen. But I'm not putting any blame on Kepa on that one. It was just a ridiculous strike. And anyone that's putting blame on Kepa in this one, I don't know what you're doing. Come on. It was just a great strike. Appreciate a great strike. It was a great goal. Who cares about the clean sheet at the end of the day when you win 4-2? Who cares? The goal after that was a little bit more annoying. Yes, it was a deflection when Dwight McNeil scored. Tomori deflected it, and then Kepa couldn't do anything about it. But on both occasions, on midfield, I don't know whether we got tired, whether we just got a little bit complacent, whether we just had the game in our minds just as being over, but we just didn't pressurize them at all in midfield anymore, and then just made it way too easy for them. And like I said, was a bit nervy towards the end, but who cares really? We won 7 in a row. We're currently, let me just check the table just to be safe. We're currently still 4th. Of course, Leicester won 9-0 last night, which is a bit mental. So we're even further behind them now in goal difference, but still level on points with them. Of course, Arsenal and Liverpool still yet to play, so currently only 5 points off top and 5 points ahead of Arsenal, which of course is good. But I'm pleased. I'm very, very pleased. The last 2 games in the league weren't spectacular in the slightest. Against Newcastle, we absolutely dominated, but didn't take our chances, and then that made it a bit nervy. Today, we were clinical. Yes, Pulisic had a couple of others where good blocks were made or good saves were made, but other than that, we didn't really have that many chances where I'm like, we really should have scored that one. We really should have done. We were clinical for once today, which was good to see. And in a game where we didn't actually play all that well, Burnley were really brave, played actually really well, but obviously individual mistakes that cost them the majority of their goals. We kind of had to grind that one out, and still we won 4-2. Didn't need to be 4-2, could have just been a simple 4-0 or a 5-0, but, by the time it was 4-0 already. But that's what you want to see. We're getting all different types of wins at the moment, and that's exactly what you want. It's not just one dimension. It's not just we're battering everyone with 90% possession and everything's plain sailing. That's not what we're doing. Sometimes we have to grind out the 1-0. Sometimes we have games like today where it's a really crazy game, but we just managed to be clinical and managed to take the points away. Then we have a game like away at Ajax. incredible work rate by literally every single player in that team, and then we have a substitution come on and make a huge difference. Two of them actually, in Pulisic and Batshuayi, and score that huge winner at the end. And that's exactly what I want to see. I'm not saying, oh, we're in the title race now. Some people are actually talking like that. No, we're not in the title race. We're not going to challenge Liverpool and maybe City for the title. It's not going to happen. Need our Leicester and need our Spurs. I'm sorry, it's just not. Like, everyone's hyping Leicester up like that, then they should be hyping us up like that as well, because we should have been 3 or 4-0 up within like 20-25 minutes against them. In the end, they got a draw. We were slightly fortunate not to lose in the end, but we should have been way out of sight by the time it ever got to that. So if we were as clinical as we were today. But I'm pleased. I'm absolutely pleased. Why would Lampard be to blame for the second goal? Please inform me about that one. That would be very interesting. That will be interesting for me to hear why you think that. But yeah, let's just run through a couple of performances before I leave it there for today. Kepa made a great save first half. Made an absolutely outstanding save first half. The reaction save from the deflection. Sorry, let me just get a sip of water because I'm a little bit ill. So that is that. Yeah, Kepa made a great save there. Don't think he could have done better for any of the 2 goals. So he was good in my opinion. Azpilicueta had a good game, I thought. Azpilicueta is really shining at the moment. Like, that performance at Ajax and plenty of other games recently as well. Really doing well. Had a good game again today. Even Alonso had a decent game today. Like, because generally Burnley were really good and pressed us so high, we didn't really have the attacking fullbacks all that much. Hence why Aspi and Alonso both look better than they usually do. Because personally, I actually think Alonso is much worse going forward than he is defensively, as crazy as that sounds, except when it comes to goal scoring. But actual, like, playing football going forward, I don't think Alonso is very good at all because he's way too slow in his mind and with his feet. But yeah, that is that. I think he did actually all right. Still don't know why he came off. Maybe he was injured. You know, I don't know. But Kurt Zouma, also Tomori, but Kurt Zouma especially, I want to pick him out. He was unbelievable. You know, I absolutely despise Ashley Barnes. If you watch my preview from yesterday, I absolutely despise the twat. Even if his nan is Austrian, like, I don't even care. Like, we didn't even allow him to play for Austria. That's how bad it is. No, but ever since that kick against Matic a few years ago, I absolutely despise him. And he was fuming. He was running absolutely wild, being so frustrated because Zuma just... The ref was a handy ref today because Zuma just absolutely clattered into him every 2 minutes. And Barnes was just like, what is going on? Usually he's the prick that does that to the defenders. But Zuma wasn't having any of it and just clattered into him again and again and again. And even Tomori one now and again as well. It was beautiful to see. Absolutely beautiful. And I had to pick it out because I loved it. Kovacic and Jorginho, both absolutely quality today. They were both, especially Jorginho, was forced to do a lot of things that he doesn't usually like to do, physical battles, and he held his own. He more than held his own. So even those critics of Jorginho can start shutting up now because even in that kind of situation, in that kind of game, he held his own. They were both phenomenal today. That was that Cruyff turn by Kovacic in the second half. Wow, that was absolutely orgasmic. What a Cruyff turn that was. And then he went on a run. We didn't do much with it in the end, but that was unbelievable. What a turn that was. Mason Mount, on the other hand, a bit disappointing. Bit disappointing. There was not much happening, and there was one counter-attack we had in the second half. We had, I'm not going to say an easy ball to Tammy Abraham, but not the most difficult of balls to Tammy Abraham, who was just running towards goal with one defender with him. Mason Mount tries to play the through ball. You can now hear my cat moaning from outside the window. I do apologise, can't do much about that while I'm live. Literally, just Tammy and that defender just running towards goal. And Mason Mount literally just passes straight to the defender, which obviously is infuriating. And he just had a bit of an invisible game, not his day. Maybe he needs a bit of a rest as well, and fatigue is starting to kick in. That is possible because, to be honest, I don't even remember the last game he didn't start because, of course, so many injuries in midfield. And N'Golo Kante, Ross Barkley, so many injuries early in the season. He played on the left wing constantly. So it's a tricky one. Pulisic, of course, unbelievable. Like, even in the first half, he was the only good attacking player we had. He was sick, absolutely sick. He had another couple saves and blocks, forced in the first half, which was good. His defensive work rate was really good. You can't be angry at him today. I really hope that he starts again against United because he deserves it after performance like tonight. Absolutely great. Willian, good. Not as good as he has been in a couple of other games recently, but still good. His work rate, again, unbelievable, showing that fight in there, showing that grit. Was then subbed off, for Hudson-Odoi later on in the game. So I was happy. I was very happy with him as well. And Tammy struggled today. Tammy struggled. He got the assist for Willian in the end. but he struggled, especially the first half. He was very isolated. He didn't win a single duel against the two centre-backs when we had to lump it long because Burnley pressed us quite a lot. He really struggled against that, and I know it's difficult to win a header against two centre-backs, but mind you, Tammy Abraham is 6'4", if not 6'5". It's not like Hazard. You know, I'm not saying he should win all of them, but it would be good if he won like 1 or 2 in there, not 0. Like, that was slightly deflating. He was decent with the ball at his feet, not even having a problem with that at all. And then there was this one moment when Ashley Barnes had that absolute sitter of a chance early on, oh, well, not early on, but in the first half, when Ashley Barnes then missed it, after free kick, you know, when free kick was played towards the far post, it was headed back over to the near post, and then Ashley Barnes just missed from literally a yard out. And Tammy Abraham was on him, or was with him, when the ball flew in first time round, and then he just absolutely lost him. Horrible defending in that sense. Didn't have his best game. I hope to see Batshuayi on Wednesday, but, you know, this is not like bad criticism of Tammy Abraham. Of course not. He's had a great start to the season. You can't always be incredible, and the same goes for Mason Mount. You know, they're incredibly young players. Mount is 20, Tammy Abraham is 21. You can't always be absolutely outstanding, especially when you're that young. You know, that's what we expected coming into this season. Hence why I'm so surprised we have 7 wins in a row, because I expected up and down performances. Because sometimes these kind of young, talented players are going to be incredible, and sometimes they're not. So that's kind of, you know, what's happened to those two in the last couple of games, maybe. But yeah, overall, I'm pleased. I'm just very, very pleased. And now I'm just going to get to a couple of, what's the thing in there? The live chat, a couple of, you know, comments in the live chat over there before I leave it for the day. And yeah, you know, that's basically going to be it then. So let's see what you guys are saying in there. Content really good to still come back, and we're not even at full strength. Content really good. Don't you be forgetting about Ruben Loftus-Cheek. We will absolutely tear teams apart with Ruben Loftus-Cheek in that team as well. We will absolutely tear them apart. All Chelsea haters coming out of the caves. Let them, mate. Let them. You know, they only crying because we won 7 in a row. Kepa always have problem with far shots. Yeah, he does, to be honest, but it's like I said earlier. He's short, like, for a goalkeeper, and he doesn't have the longest of arms either. So that is that. Kepa was okay today. Why are people criticising him? I don't understand. To be honest, I don't understand why he was criticised. He made a great save in the first half, which was a really important save, because at the time it was 1-0. At 4-0, it doesn't matter whether he saves that in the grand scheme of things. Does not matter. At 1-0, if we concede that equaliser, completely different, you know, story. So, you know, that is a big thing. And stop talking about Sarri. Like, Sarri, you know, planted the foundations for what we're doing right now. If it wasn't for Sarri, we wouldn't be playing anywhere near as well right now under Lampard. You know, but, you know, you do you. Who's your man of the match today? Obviously Pulisic. There's, by the way, a poll up there. If you click the I button, which should be up there, you can choose a poll. You know, do a poll basically between who your man of the match today was. I gave you 4 options in Pulisic, Jorginho, Kovacic, and Kurt Zouma. So choose one of them. I'm pretty sure it's going to be Christian Pulisic for pretty much all of us. Kepa couldn't do anything. Really got Tomori. Praise Kovacic's skill show. Yeah, no, Kovacic was really, really, really good today. Really good. Tomori, nah, Zouma has to stay in there right now. Zouma is playing better than Tomori at the moment. Even that I do have to mention that Tomori tackle when it was 4-0 and Burnley were through on goal. You know what? I keep thinking West Brom because Jay Rodriguez scored. Jay Rodriguez used to play for West Brom, didn't he? When he was through on goal. And then Tomori out of nowhere, just with this absolute flying tackle inside their own box, and just gets the ball clean as you like. Absolutely clean as you like. I was like, oh, well, we've given a penalty away there. Thank God there's no red cards for penalties anymore. I don't know where. He just got the ball perfectly. No penalty. Incredible. What a tackle that is. A bit like Kurt Zouma when he started off playing for Chelsea. It was always unbelievable. Pulisic to go on loan to Borussia Mönchengladbach. How about no? Really got Zouma along with Tomori. We'll have to wait and see. Do you think Joe trying to do much because Pulisic scored a hat-trick? No. I don't know. I think he just tried to make up for his performance at Ajax because he was poor there. But yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there, guys. I really do appreciate you guys tuning in. That was, you know, I just had a good time today. What a win. What a win. 7 wins in a row. Let's make it 8 against United. Let's match them as well. That would be good. Even though they're probably going to be good against us, a bit like against Liverpool, because they're good in the counter, but they just can't dominate a game. But to be honest, we should just sit back, wait, just hit them on the break and absolutely smack them apart. That'd be fun. But yeah, I'm going to leave it there, guys. Thank you guys for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you are new to Blues TV, please be sure to subscribe. Also, drop a like on this live stream if you enjoyed it, or on this video at whatever point you're watching this. you know, if you made it this far, please just go down below and drop a like. It would be massively appreciated. And of course, once this live stream has turned into a video, make sure you leave me your thoughts on the game down in the comment section below. Click, you know, select your, you know, man of the match up in the poll if you click the I button up there. And yeah, I really do appreciate it. Thank you guys for watching. Up to Chelsea, and I'll see you when I see you. I'll see you when I see you. Why did I say you? I don't know. But yeah, thank you guys for watching, and yeah, I'll see you guys.